hearing about how the manosphere can't stop thinking about the fall of ancient Rome. Well, I'm here to tell you about ancient Greece and how its women lived. Now, we all know broadly that Athens was the birthplace of democracy, but it was for men, because Athenian women were the trad wives of their day. She could not own her own property. She did not own her children. She only had a role in the very private spaces of her home. She had no access to the democratic privileges of other citizens who were born male. And while you can't say that American trad wives are exactly comparable to Athenian women, there are some rather frightening parallels here. And then on the other hand, you had a city-state like Sparta, and the entire society was geared towards the production of warriors. But it came with some interesting side effects. One of those side effects was that Spartan women were extremely liberated by Greek standards. They could own property, they could speak to men in matters like politics or philosophy or society and its ills, because they were educated just like men, all on the state's dime. They were expected to keep themselves fit and healthy, and they were actually encouraged to exercise with men. And in fact, they dressed so scandalously, particularly for these athletic events, that other Greek women, particularly the Athenians, would call them thigh showers, because they wore an outfit that was basically leaving nothing to the imagination. And along with fashion, they had other freedoms, like the freedom to own a business, to have male and female lovers both before and after they were married. I mean, hell, if it produces more Spartans for the cause, then who cares if there was a ring on their finger or not? Now, you could always tell, based on their hair, whether a Spartan woman was married or unmarried. Spartan marriages were a bit weird. They were defined first by the age of the brides. They were older than most Greek women, and contained a mock kidnapping and a ritual head shaving that was done at the home of their new husband-to-be. And the reason given for this is because men and women did not spend a lot of time together. After 7, young Spartan males would be sent off to their horrible, brutal agoge training, where it was supposed to sort of craft them into Spartans. And those who survived all still lived in like this barracks thing, and so they didn't spend any time with icky girls. And because of that, they were freaked out by the hair. So the thought was that they should shave women's heads so that they looked more like men, because these big alpha males were not really sure about the girly stuff. And this was done so that there would be more sexual intercourse. After her marriage, the Spartan woman would keep her hair short for the rest of her life and wear more masculine clothes. Her husband would go back to the barracks, and she'd continue to live much as she had, running her businesses, following her own pursuits, her fitness, her lifestyle, her friends, and her lovers. So when I thought about that, well, the modern corollary to that is all the liberal girls. All the ones who are out there setting their own destinies, who are not limiting themselves to loving one gender or to one relationship, who don't dress or look or act like other women, who are fierce because they are truly themselves, They one time asked why Spartan women lead their men, and the response came, because we are the only women who give birth to true men. And Spartan women were misunderstood and vilified across the whole of ancient Greece. In fact, they were even blamed for the downfall of their society, very unfairly. Sparta suffered its first major defeat against Thebes, and its independent women were blamed. But what they forgot to mention is that they were fighting against 150 pairs of homosexual lovers who had nothing but the desire to protect each other. And isn't that always the way societies operate, as a series of contradictions? Like the birthplace of democracy also being the most oppressive place in ancient Greece to be a woman, and the totalitarian state that allowed its women incredible freedom to build incredibly strong and powerful men. In our modern society, we do have a choice. For my money, if any of these assholes start to creep on you, just tell them, motherfucker, this is Sparta. You better get used to it.